us, just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. La-da-ba-da-la-la-la, feeling groovy.
Hello, my name is Haku and I'm 22 years old and I'm Korean American. So I was born in Seoul, Korea, and I have an older sister, my mother and father. So when I was a child, my dad worked at an investment company as a CEO, and my mother was a housewife. And I went to preschool for 3 years, and then went to elementary school 6 years. Yeah. So after my 3rd grade, there was a very bad economic crisis in Korea. So my dad's company got bankrupt. So we had to move out to more of a countryside. So we moved to Chuncheon. That's the city's name, and then I went to another year for elementary school there. So my elementary school was public school, and then I went to different kind of school that belonged to the community that followed different values that my parents joined in. So that school didn't really follow the public education curriculum, so I had different sets of values and perspectives with that school. So I went to 3 years of middle school in that school, and then went to 5 years of high school in that community school. Yeah. So my high school was in countryside, and it was a boarding school. So I lived there for 5 years with like friends and teachers. So the high school taught me very different things from public schools. So it taught me how to pursue my life, and then it wanted me to figure out the meanings of life and humans. So for 5 years I only focused on those questions. So when I finally came up with the answer for that, I figured I had to do something to make the world better. So I decided to come to America to figure what I'm gonna do for that kind of ambition. Yeah. So when I graduated from high school, I had 3 options to choose. So one was going to college in Korea, or Japan, or America. So I couldn't really decide to go to the Korean college because I had to take some kind of SAT, which is really hard there. So because my high school didn't follow the public education curriculum, I had no idea about the stuff that SAT includes. So I didn't want to spend another like 3 years studying that. But for American case, I had to just go to language school for 1 year, and then I could just go to community college. Yeah, so that was easier way. And then America has a lot of resources for me to help myself achieve my goals. Like for example, America has a lot of colleges that are really famous in the world. So I can have a lot of informations or human resources to help me achieve my goals, and the influence of America over the world is really great. So if I were to change something, if I change America, then the world will come much easier. So I chose America as my career path. So I decided to come to America. So when I first came here, I was very excited because I was about to meet a lot of different people, and this is my second foreign country, so I was I really looked forward to come here. I was a little bit worried about my language problem, so because I couldn't speak English very well, I thought it would be hard for me to communicate with people and live in this area. Yeah, but I was very excited. So on my first trip to America, I was very nervous because I heard things about the airport. So after landing out of the airplane, I heard I had to go through the custom things at the airport where they scan my luggage and myself, and then I had to talk about why I'm trying to get into this country. So if I looked suspicious, then they're not gonna let me in, and then like do some more investigation on me. So I was very scared about it. So when I went through that custom, I tried to be as cool as possible. I was like, when he asked me why I was going to go to America, so I was like, hello, I'm just here to go to visit my cousins or something. Yeah, I was just trying to be cool as possible. Yeah. So one of the things I noticed on my first day was cars. So in Korea, there are only Korean-made cars, like Hyundai and Kia and things like that. I couldn't see any other like foreign cars. So like 1 out of 100 or 1,000, I could see BMW or Mercedes in Korea. But here, like 1 out of 10 cars is like BMW or Mercedes or the fancy cars that I didn't even know of the name. So I could tell this country is very rich. My first experience with American people was when I went to the supermarket, and I asked one of the clerks where the paste juice was, and then I talked in a way that showing that I wasn't fluent in English, like do you know back then I didn't even know how to say toothpaste, so I was like when you brush your teeth you use this like liquid thing, and then he looked down at me, so I felt a little bit embarrassed and like kind of intimidated at the same time. Yeah, it was bad. So after my first trip, I went back to Korea, and I really wanted to come back to America longer, permanently. So I collected my things, then came to America for college education. So after coming back to America, I registered for language school for 1 year. And then started language school right ahead. Yeah. So my experience in language school was fantastic, I would say. I learned a lot of English, and then I met a lot of people from different races and different countries. So like I had never met like people from Eastern Europe or Middle East. I got to meet those people, so I was very excited, and yeah, that helped me to understand a lot of different cultures as well, and that was a good experience. Yeah. So one of the fascinating things for me was that even though we were from different cultures and different countries, we could communicate. Like even our English wasn't perfect, we could communicate with like our body language thing, and then like yeah, when your English level was about the same, because you you understand the circumstance they're in. Like we can still communicate with each other. After I finished my language school, I decided to come to community college, which is De Anza, and I felt more comfortable with I felt more comfortable living in America because I knew more English than before, and I was comfortable talking to American people and people I didn't know, something like that. So I was very excited to come to De Anza to start like college life. So I came to De Anza, and I remember my very first day at college, this college. I was very nervous because I wasn't sure if I could understand all the things the professors say. So I was very nervous, but it turned out to be not that difficult for me. So I felt relieved. So at De Anza, I made a lot of friends. Not a lot, but a few friends. And then I met different kind of people, and like by meeting American friends, they taught me about American culture, and I could improve my English as well because they're like fluent talking. I could see the model, kind of a model. So that was exciting, and then but it was pretty hard for me to make some friends because like people here don't seem like they want to make some friends because they just come to classes, and they after the class ends they just go to wherever they have to go. So when it comes to racism, I don't really think I have experienced racism here. So of course there was some things like I had problem with. Like when I talk to people, some people look down on me or treated me in a bad way. But I think it's all about confidence rather than racism. So if I present myself in confidence, even if I'm an international student, they will treat me respectfully. And then if I present myself low, then they're gonna treat me as low as I presented, like that. Yeah. So after experiencing a lot of things about confidence, I did some kind of experiment. So I ride buses to school every day. I have an Echo Pass that allows you to ride bus for free. So one day I pretended like I didn't have Eco Pass with me. So first time I presented myself in a not confident way. So I was like, I have Eco Pass, but I forgot to bring it today. Can you just let me in? This very low confidence way. And then bus driver didn't let me in. And then second time I presented myself in a very confident way. So I was like, hey, I'm a student at De Anza. I have an Eco Pass, but I forgot to bring it today. Can you just let me in? And then the bus driver happily let me in. So living in America, I have observed several similarities and differences between my life here and my life back in Korea. So similar things are the things I do for life. Like I shop, I eat food, and I go watch movie and like hang out with friends or something. Those things are the things I also did in Korea. So that doesn't feel like new things. Like food is also pretty same. I ate Korean food back then. And then I ate also pizza and hamburgers and other Italian or American food there. And here I also eat Korean food because there's a Korean supermarket, so I can buy Korean stuff, and then I still eat hamburgers and pizzas and Italian stuff. Yeah, so that doesn't make much of a difference. So the differences are my experiences with people. So American people are very friendly at first time, so they make good eye contact with each other, and they ask like, how are you doing, or how's it going, those things to strangers, even to strangers. But Korean people aren't that friendly at first, so they don't make any eye contact when they first meet, and then they don't ask those things to strangers. But when it comes to more intimate things, like when I'm trying to be more closer to American people, they have this thick barrier that I cannot like penetrate or something. But Korean people are easy to get closer and be very intimate with. So another thing that I experience as different is like the way I talk or write. So American people are more oriented with clarity, I guess. So if you don't talk in a clear way, or if you don't write in a clear way, they don't really understand. Like they always ask, what do you mean by this? But Korean people are more like, I would say, assuming. Like the context, they speak in more context. So if you know the context, you assume a lot of things. So you don't really have to explain like specific things. So I have lived here more than 2 years now, but I still don't consider myself as a Korean American, but just Korean in America. So because all the mindset and perspectives and attitudes or habits are formed in Korea. So even if I like perceive or get new things here, I get those things based on the perspectives or mindset that is formed in Korea. So I don't think the way I think or way I live is completely American. So I wouldn't say I am Korean American. So even if I live here for another 5 years or 10 years, I wouldn't, the Korean thing or the way I think myself as Korean will not go away, I guess. I don't think I can think of myself as an American. Yeah.
I wanna be a billionaire, so freaking bad.
감사합니다. Oh, that means bye. That means thank you in Korean.
Forbes magazine, smiling next to Oprah and the Queen. Oh, every time I close my eyes, I see my name in shining lights. Yeah, a different city every night. Oh, I swear the world better prepare for when I'm a billionaire.